All right, you sweet kiddos, let's do some wit and wisdom. So yesterday we did a lot of research on how the wind or what the wind does in a hurricane. So today we're going to kind of switch gears and we're going to talk about sentence structure. And what that means is we're going to talk about how the noun and the verb work together in a sentence in order to make it make sense. Because we're always talking about, does it make sense? Does it sound right? So today we're going to talk about how the noun and the verb go together in the sentence to make sense. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think, what are some nouns that are singular? Singular means one, only one. What are some nouns that are singular? Well, I can think of one, dog. Dog is a singular noun. I have one dog. What might be another singular noun? Cup. Cup could be a singular noun. Pizza could be a singular noun. Table could be a singular noun. Now think in the story or our text, Feel the Wind. What were some singular nouns that you heard? What were some singular words, things only meaning one, that you heard? Wind. Wind is a singular noun. What's another one? Storm. Storm is a great one. Ooh, very good. How about balloon or kite? All of those are singular because they only mean one. Only one. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think of some words that could be plural nouns, meaning they mean more than one. So if I have dog, how can I make more than one dog? By adding an S. So I could write dogs. Can you think of another plural noun? How about cups? So what do you notice that I'm doing each time to these things? What am I doing each time? I'm adding an S. Instead of one wind, what could it be? The winds. Remember, winds can be up to 185 miles an hour. What about storm? How can I make storm plural? Not just one storm, but maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 storms. Oopsies. Storms. How about that last one? Balloon. Balloons. All I'm going to do is add an S. So I have gone from one noun to a bunch of nouns. Now, this is going to be very important because what did I do to my singular nouns to make them plural? I added an S. So when we go to make our sentence structure, you're going to see that either your noun or your verb has to have an S, and then the other one won't have an S. So I want you to watch this, and I'm going to read 2 sentences to you, okay? And we're going to go through the same thing on both of these sentences, okay? So everybody look at my purple sentence. I'm going to read it to you. Wind brings changes in the weather. So the first thing I want you to do is find the subject, which is also known as the noun. So what is this sentence all about? Is it about the weather? It's not about the weather. It's about the wind. So wind is my subject or my noun right now. Wind is my subject or my noun. What do you notice about that word wind? It's singular, right? Or it doesn't have an S, okay? Ooh, what's the verb? What's the action the wind is doing? Brings. Very good. So I could say wind brings. But check this out. I'm going to use a red because this is crazy town. What do you notice that my noun does not have? It doesn't have an S. That's right. Ooh. What do you notice that my verb has? It has an S. So remember a second ago when I said either your noun or your verb will have an S and the other one won't? Look at that. I was right. One of them will not have an S and the other one will. So check this out. Let's do the next one. Are you ready? Look at my green sentence and I'm going to read it to you, okay? Rainstorms blow in the wind. What is this sentence all about? What's this sentence talking about? Is it talking about wind? No, it's talking about rainstorms. So that's my noun right now. That's my subject, my noun. Rainstorms. Well, what are the rainstorms doing? What's the action that it's doing? What action is the rainstorm doing? Blow, blow. That's the action. Now, I want you to look. What do you notice my noun has? An S. Very good. Ooh. What do you notice my verb does not have? No S. My verb doesn't have an S. So look at this. This time, the noun had the S, but the verb did not. Remember a second ago when I said one of them is going to have an S and the other one won't? That's what you got to remember. Because in order for the sentence to make sense, your noun and your verb have to match, meaning one's going to have an S and the other one will not. So let's take a look at these two sentences. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you something is wrong with them. Okay? And I want you to see if you can help me figure it out. Here's my first sentence. The clouds brings rain. I hope you heard it because it's hurting my ears. The clouds brings rain. Okay, what did you hear? What's this sentence all about? Is it about rain? No, it's about the clouds. Very good. It's about the clouds. So what action is the clouds doing? What action is that noun doing? Brings. But I want you to pay close attention to this. What do you see that your noun or your subject has? It has an S. What does your verb have? An S. Oh man, this is not good. Look at this. S, S. Are they allowed to both have S's? No. So you have to change one of them. I could say the clouds bring rain, or I could say the cloud brings rain. Either way is fine, but only one can have an S and the other one is not allowed to. So we have to make sure only one has the S. Let's look at the second one. It says, the tree blow in the wind. So what's this whole sentence about? The whole sentence, is it about the wind? This time it's not about the wind, it's actually about the tree. We're talking about the tree. The tree is your noun or your subject, the beginning of your sentence. Well, what's the tree doing? What action is the tree doing? Blow. Very good. Now, I want you to take a look. What do you notice about your noun or your subject? It doesn't have an S. What do you notice about your verb? It doesn't have an S either. Is that allowed? No, the tree blow in the wind doesn't sound right. We need to put an S on one of them. So you could either say the trees blow in the wind, or you could say the tree blows in the wind. Either way is fine, but either one of the words has to have an S and the other one doesn't, or this one doesn't have an S and this one does. One of them has to have an S. Your noun has to have an S and then your verb is not allowed to, or your noun doesn't have an S and your verb does. So in just a second, you are going to practice making sentences have matching nouns and verbs. And that's how we know that a sentence makes sense.